Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss about reproduction in plants. Reproduction, the process by which living organisms produce young ones of their own kind, is called the reproduction. This is the definition of reproduction. The process by which the organisms produce young ones of their own kind is called the reproduction. In other words, we can say the production of new individual from the parents of the same species is called the reproduction. Now, question arises here: what is the importance of reproduction? Reproduction helps in the continuity of life. Second, in increasing the population of any species. Third, in the evolution of most favorable variation over a period of time. Reproduction are the two types. One is the asexual reproduction, second is the sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, the kind of the reproduction in which only a single parent is involved is called the asexual reproduction. It is here written the kind of reproduction in which only a single parent is involved is called the asexual reproduction. In other words, we can say the process of reproduction in which a plant is able to reproduce one or more of its kind without seed is called asexual reproduction. Plants like potato, sugarcane, rose reproduce through the asexual reproduction. Second is the sexual reproduction. The kind of the reproduction in which two parents are involved is called the sexual reproduction. In other words, we can say the process of reproduction in which new plants are obtained from the seeds is called the sexual reproduction. Plants like wheat, beans, sunflower reproduce through the sexual reproduction. It is clear? Reproduction are the two types. One is the asexual reproduction, second is the sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, only single parent is involved. Sexual reproduction, two parents are needed or involved. Now, different asex- uh, different forms of the asexual reproduction are seen in the microorganisms and plants. Examples are budding, fragmentation, spore formation, and vegetative propagation. So first of all, we discuss about the budding. In this method, a bulb-like projection formed on the body of an organism is known as the bud. Here you can see in the picture there is the bud-like projection. It is grows from the organisms. It is known as the bud. The nucleus of the parent's body divided into the two, and one of the nuclei goes into the bud. The nucleus comes divided into two parts. One goes to the this bud. When the bud gets matured, it detach or separate itself from the parent's body and become an independent individual. Second is fragmentation. In certain algae such as the Spirogyra, the long ribbon-like body breaks up into two or more parts called the fragments. This is known as the fragments. These are the two parts. Second, the breaking of body into one or more parts is called the fragmentations. Each fragment then grow into a new individual. Second one is clear. Now next is spore formation. Spore formation, some bacteria and lower forms of the life reproduce through the spores. This is the most common method of asexual reproduction in most of the fungi and bacteria. The spore is the small single-celled reproductive body which is covered by a thick and hard protective coating. These protecting layers help it to survive under the unfavorable conditions such as the extremely high temperature, lack of the food and water, etc. When the condition become favorable, the thick coating break open and spore germinate to produce the new plants. For example, mucor, fern, moss, and bread mold reproduce asexually by the spore formation. Next one is the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction, in this, a type of the asexual reproduction in plants where the new plants grow from the vegetative part of the plants such as the roots, stem, leaves is called the vegetative reproduction. The new individual passes exactly the same characteristics of the parent's plant. Vegetative reproduction in plants can take place naturally, can also be carried out by the artificially means. Vegetative reproduction are two types. One is the natural method and second is the artificial method. First of all, we discuss vegetative propagation by the natural methods. First, vegetative propagation by the roots. The plants such as the dahlia, sweet potato have the swollen roots. This is due to the food storage in them. When such swollen roots are buried in the soil, new plants are obtained. So these are the some examples. Can you tell me? Dahlia and sweet potato and carrot are swollen due to the food storage stored in them. These roots are called the tuberous roots, and these roots have small buds on them that develops into the new plants when buried in the soil. Second is vegetative propagation by stem. Plants like potato, ginger, onion can be obtained from their modified underground stems. Potato, when planted, form new plants. These parts which give rise to the new plants contain the meristematic tissues. The cells in the meristematic tissues can divide and grow and therefore form a new plants.